can do the intro though.
Does it work? Dun 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 dun. No idea.
Alright, hello and welcome to EU2, and we are back. It is Season 9, and the power duo is back in the booth, me and Blaze, of course. Welcome, Blaze.
Hello.
And this is, of course, Season 9 and Round 4. And today we take to track called Enzo e Dino Ferrari Autodromo, and it's called by the short name Imola, and you can find this track in the middle part of Italy. Funnily enough, it's called the San Marino Grand Prix, but it is not in San Marino. However, we just like to call it that.
And someone's already out.
So Fake Scouser retires in the pits.
No idea why. Does he have a qualifying?
Keeping true to his name.
Is the audio working?
Audio is working.
It is working. Oh my god, I'm actually surprised. We're professional.
It's just going really well today. So Rakvan's going to be the first one round to set a lap.
Oh yeah,
it's a bit of a delay at the start.
Let's use that.
Sorry?
We've got TAS, we should use it.
Yeah,
Yeah. What are the standings looking like?
well, let's just first of all let's go for a lap around Imola with Rakvan. See what we can start off by doing. He starts his lap. Gonna keep it tight through turns 1. It is a very tight corner down into turn 1 here. Long straight. Want to keep very, very close to touching the yellow curbs.
Over the curbs to set up.
Yeah, it's very good. Want to take a lot of curb on the exit, as he does. Careful with that corner though, he can really easily spin on that inside curb. Now, into the more technical part of Sector 2. First of all, we have a almost flat-out left-hander coming into a flat-out right-hander that turns into a very tricky double apex. And then a very, very quick chicane. You want to be very cautious here. Very easy to invalidate your time or even spin around on those yellow sausage curbs. But keeping it tight, keeping it clean. You want to start off getting a bit on the curbs there as you can, keeping it a little. He's going a little bit wide, but keeps it though. So he's going to set the first time, and it's going to be a 15.3. So first to set a time, Rakvan Zeton.
Well, it's just a nice lap to set it down. I think he'll get beaten very, very, very quickly by the Red Bull of Jack Hawkey.
Yeah. Profodis has sadly invalidated, but he was also going on a medium tyre. I reckon that was not final, but here comes Jack Hawkey, and he does set a 14.5. Very quick time there as a banker lap. Very decent.
Yep. Everyone's just getting their first laps down, and Wizard is getting the biggest of blocks by the Alpine, so he will not be pleased with that.
I reckon we'll go to Jamie James though. One of the quickest guys in the Tier 1 EU3 last season. Surely he'll be able to do something. Want to be careful here. It's very easy to spin around. However, he does keep it very nice and clean. Touches both curbs. Same. Gets tight. Ooh, very dangerous to go all that tight in, but he keeps it clean and he does gain the time that he needs from that corner. So next up, the left-hander almost flat, goes straight up to 6th gear. Another flat right-hander, then this double apex, sorry. Not a chicane.
No slide of that corner, which means the car is very stable.
Yeah, it's all down to the setup.
Over this one. Bloody hell, that was very quick.
It absolutely sends it, as is necessary, through that turn. Ending up, though, coming through the main straight. Want to keep it very tight, almost touch the inside wall there, and he does. And it's going to be pole position for now. 14.4 from Jamie James. Strong lap times now, already getting posted onto the timing sheet.
Yeah. Let's go for...
So I actually do have the standings here, if we want to take a look at them.
Yeah, let's do it when everyone else is like finished their laps and all, I think.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Keep it simple.
It's a short lap though, so people might spend more time in the pits than on it.
Yeah, the pit straight is probably the most time wasting you could do. So long, kind of do have to box.
28 seconds?
28 seconds, almost 30 seconds spent in the pits.
And an average lap time is 118, 117? Probably about an 18?
Yeah, probably 17s in this tier.
So you're looking at just about 40% of a lap you're spending if you pit, which means a one-stop is very preferred.
Yeah, and it's obvious it's going to be a soft medium, this one. It's not... See anyone starting on hards, that would be a huge mistake because the hards are actually not very good here. So you do want to be careful with the tyre choice. And the mediums do make it quite a while in the race. You can make it from about, lap 10?
Yeah.
Lap 10 before you get to puncture territory. That's, of course, on a controller.
I made it
not
5
a wheel.
laps, I think.
5 laps.
I don't even know. I crashed very early on.
Yeah, crashing very early on. Very much not preferred, but does happen in a lot of the tiers.
Oh, I'm a brilliant racing driver. I can blame my setup. I could not touch the curbs.
I think now, as we have a bit of a break in it,
Yeah.
I think we should go through the driver standings. So we have Jack Hawkeye leading the championship. 66 points to his name, with Matty Robbo straight behind him with 51 points.
How was Matty in second?
he had a podium in his first race, so that was very nice. Yeah, he's already got a podium.
He's already got a podium. Ooh.
We'll keep looking though, because FRL Big Bulls is behind Matty with 30 points, and behind Big Bulls is Jamie James on 28 points. Behind Jamie, we have Two Spell on 22 points. Then Racer, Tichy, Profodas, 19, 18 and 18 points, so very close.
Yes.
Midfield battle there. And then we come to the sharper end here. Just Don Ammo and Jay Wizzy,
Yay,
both on 12 points.
Best team.
Alfa Romeo,
What?
yeah. And then we
that?
have...
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear anything. But then we come to the sharper end with Wisey Boy on 8 points, Footy TM on 4 points, and Stumpy on 3 points, with Blade only getting 1 point. And then we have the Williams of Badkins and Scouser, Fake Scouser, Kelster Swag, AJDW 17, Vapor King, and Charlie, who currently doesn't have any points, but will be looking to get their first points today. And I reckon we could go to Kelster Swag, because it looks like he's on a lap here, his first lap of the day. Decided to go for the soft. Good idea, Kelster. Got a surprise podium last season in Silverstone on penalties, I believe it was. But here he comes. Can he set a good time? And that is a 15.7 P8 for him. But who just set a 15.1? That was Vapor King. Vapor King up to provisional P3. And times have just been set in now.
Let's look at Jack Hawkey from a wide shot as he starts his second lap.
I think that is correct.
Oh, this traffic looks like it could be a bit of trouble.
Yeah, it's a yellow flag, but I think he's just pulled up to the side of the road there.
Okay,
That's
that's
the
King.
Mercedes of Raber King, yeah. Same with Alpine there. I think that is Footy. Oh, Kelstar. I can't really see the difference between Alpine and Williams. Of course, Footy is in the Williams, so it would be Kelstar Swag if anyone. However, we keep going as Jack Hawkey has invalidated. So next up to go through, I believe that is Kelstar Swag or Cornish Cuck. Yeah, Cornish Cuck's the next one. He's not invalidated, but Jamie James sets the fastest lap of the race out of nowhere, and Stumpy up into P3 all of a sudden. Now times are getting posted. I reckon Cornish might be able to do something here. Cornish Cuck coming through, and it's P10 for him on the medium tyre. Interesting choice.
Is anyone on our lap? Footy. He's a 10th
think-
up.
Oh, yeah. Footy now through sector 2.
I was just gonna let's have a look at the times, and Jamie James, Jack Hawkey are quite a bit ahead. But if you look at from Stumpy all the way down to Blade, it's about a second.
Yeah, that's pretty strong. Always very close in EU2. As Footy does invalidate.
Yeah.
However, now we get some time set in here. I think FRL Big Bull sets a 42.4. Well, he's going to start right next to his teammate down in P19. I reckon he's went for. I reckon he went for another. Another lap there, another heat up lap.
I see someone starting a lap and improving, or he definitely is improving. Charlie, and he's backed out. Wow. Should
That's
we look
unlucky.
at the same Alpha Tauri that you said was starting at the back is probably
I reckon
not
he might be
agreeing
20
with that.
seconds above.
I don't think
Probably.
he's agreeing with that because he's just gone very quick.
Yep. Yeah,
He's
I
going
see.
26 seconds quicker. I do not know. I do not know what that means. All I mean
I reckon
is
that's a time in the 16s as of right now. Probably 15s. We'll see though. Coming through. Bit of dirt on the car. He's had a little spin around in the gravel. Oh, it's a 15 flat. Brings him up into P4. It's very,
bringing
very
the gap.
close.
So hopefully we can see some people stuck in that DRS train. So just so we don't see two people just pull away. We want battles, but we don't want two people just pulling away like what's happening in real life.
Yeah, well, sadly that normally does happen in EU2, unless of course there's a bit of commotion up in P1 and P2 top two. Jamie James, Jack Hawkey may be coming together here and there.
And Matty invalidates. Shock.
That's a shame. It's a shame, honestly.
It's a shock because he's the only one doing a lap.
Yeah, but I think 3/10 up as well. It would have been a good lap.
Yeah, but 3 times up, and where would that put him?
That would have
16th.
been good, you know. That would have been good. No,
16th.
3/10. I reckon he could have probably gained one more tenth, maybe even two. The last sector there.
Which would have put him 14th.
Yeah, 14th, 13th, maybe. You never know. You never know. But the medium tyre just doesn't look very quick now.
Why does everyone come up at the same time?
Yeah,
Nobody's out half the time, and then everyone comes out together. Oh, Telstar's doing that. Oh, and
it's trend setting.
Oh,
it's trend setting.
I
reckon it's when
we're very good
Ferrari
at this.
comes
We go
out,
on
yeah.
Pete. I go on someone, and then they do something wrong. So
Tichy's on a lap though.
Tichy.
Tichy's 1.6 seconds up here. I reckon he has some time to gain though in the last sector, sector 3.
I was gonna say there's a lot of time to be gained, and there is a lot of places to invalidate.
But it's
And
looking
this is
strong.
the hard one. Will he keeps it clean? Where can this be?
This could be a good lap, and it does. It is a good lap. It's a 15 flat, but that's very decent. Fourth and third and fifth for the 2 Ferraris there. I reckon that's not the last we're going to see of everyone, because now everyone is on out laps.
Well, there's one person on a flying lap, and that is the Alfa Romeo MP8 at the moment.
Rack
I'm just gonna call him Vrack, it's easier.
Yeah, 2/10 here. He could definitely be in the 14s here. He could definitely be in the 14s. He needs to gain something here towards the end, but
I think this might be maybe 1 or 2 positions gained.
I think this is more. I think this is way more, and I think it's not really, is it? It's two positions.
It was 2 positions gained.
But look at how close it is in top 3.
I was going to say 4, 5, 6.
A 1/10 improvement from Tichy would bring him 2 places.
However,
Jack Hawkey's on the lap.
Is
Jack
he?
Hawkey's he's getting close to finishing here. He's up on his time. He is definitely up on his time.
He's up. It's very minimal. Will it give him pole?
Oh, no, he butchered last turn there.
Double run, could this be?
And Footy, P3! Decent. Cornish Cup P3. Now the times are getting posted. Here comes the Ferrari of Stumpy, but nothing to be gained out of that.
Charlie's the next one. I'm just looking through who's doing a lap at the moment, and I saw Jack Hawkey and then 2 people just did a lap. They're all too close together. Why can't they all be nice, equally apart, and help us commentate?
Here comes Big Balls to start his final lap.
And
Matty the same. Here comes Charlie.
And it's a
he
slight
did improve,
improvement.
but not enough to do anything with it. I reckon he might be going for another lap. Yeah, he isn't.
The Red Bull goes P7. Oh, he literally fits in between Big Balls and Tichy.
Just about. That was very, very, very close. But look at the top 10. Look at the state. From P9 to P5, there's 1/10 in it.
Stumpy's on a lap. He might be pushing for a front row, dare I say.
Vapor King starting this lap, I reckon. Here comes the Ferrari and a Stumpy and his P3. It changes around all the
Blade is on
time.
a lap. Where does he put it? Is it 11?
P11.
One of the better positions you can be. And
Wisey boy though, Racer.
14.
P14. And that's Matty. Matty's up. Oh, and Matty's P6.
Well done, Matty.
That's very decent.
Knew you had it in you.
Is that Vapor King though? No, that is Charlie. And he's not setting a new lap.
Vapor King is on a lap though. I think he's the next person. I don't think anyone else is on a lap.
That is true. Vapor King is the next to set a lap. Oh, and he goes very, very close to spinning there out of the chicane. However, he does keep it. So now it's only up to the last sector.
This might be another 15 flat.
This might be another 15 flat here. Let's see.
And that means a lot, because that means, does he improve or does he make it into sixth or something?
Does he get it here? No, he is. Butchers the last corner once again. There's another one.
Still 11th.
Still 11th, which is all right. All right if you want to start the mediums.
Yeah, let's just watch Stumpy, who's out of fuel, slowly return.
Yeah.
If he's
that was a very.
Can he retire? Maybe, I don't know.
Nah, he's gonna have to do it to the pits.
Like that.
Into the pits, retire into the pits. That's the most respectable thing you can do.
That was a fun quali. Apart from that, everyone tried to do a lap at the same time, and it was impossible to keep up. It was very fun. Yeah, I don't know what to expect.
I think I know what to expect. I have a
fun
a
race.
top
A fun
top three.
race.
top three for you. Who do you reckon?
I've got faith in Matty. I think Matty will win. I think Vapor King will get second, and I think Cornish Cuck will get P3. I think the top three will all crash,
I think
and I think Footy will get a penalty.
I think Jamie James is going to finish P1, Matty Robbo P2, and then we're going to have Racer P3. I told
So
Racer
basically-
yesterday that we're going to
Yeah.
meet tomorrow, and tomorrow, of course, that means today. So hopefully,
That's
oh,
how
man of
days
my
work.
word.
That is how days work.
That is how days work, you know.
Yesterday,
is how it works.
tomorrow is today.
Exactly. And tomorrow, today is last night.
Well, Jerry James is first. Oh, very UK tier this is.
You gotta say, you gotta get Jamie James in P1 and Jack Hawkey in P2. Welsh flag, of course, representing Wales out of
And And Stumpy,
P3.
Park, Footy, Matty, Big Balls, Crafodas, Titchy, Rag, Vapor King, Blade, Badkins, AJ, just call him AJ, it's so much easier for us.
Yeah,
And Racer, Kelster, Wisey, Charlie, Wizard. How do we
Fake
shorten
Scouser.
this name? How do we shorten that name?
fake
Scouser?
Scouser just doesn't
Scouser.
set a lap here. Staying true to his word, he said he was going to get P20, and he definitely meant it. And now we're going to see, and a bit update. Liverpool are leading 3-1 against Benfica. If you didn't know. So looks to be a good session that we've gotten here. So of course we're going to wait for the people till the admin presses.
I was going to say, this
X.
is normally good, but I haven't been here, so hopefully they're still nice. Hopefully they still wait. What was it, 2 minutes they want to wait? That'd be
1
nice.
minute. 1 minute.
1 minute, I can't remember. I never push it.
Yeah, I mean, if you spend more than 1 minute, there's definitely something wrong. You should use some time before the race to decide on a strategy.
Well, normally my last second thing is how much fuel do I put in, because how many people are going to crash.
I always do 1.2, just keeping it safe because you never know.
I normally used to do -1 every race.
But you just can't. You can't do that on pad. It's too risky.
Yeah, on pad, I don't know what to do, but yeah. Tyres.
Yeah, you can't really save that
What tyres
much.
will people go on, and then they'll show us, and then we'll all be wrong. So all tyres, do you think they'll be on?
Soft, medium to the end. There's nothing else. No hards. I really hope we don't see hards because there's no
I
reason
think we'll
going
see
to them.
3 mediums.
Yeah, I reckon outside the top 10 we're gonna get a few mediums here and
I
there.
think only 3. 3 out of the 10.
3 out of 10.
I think softs are the better starting tyre. Because
Yeah, okay.
if you're on the medium at the beginning, that means you have to make overtakes, and you can't overtake on this track.
Yeah, but the mediums, yeah, I reckon, soft is definitely the best tyre to start on. Also, looking from a safety car point of view, rather pit on the safety car and then do a few more laps than normal than pit, just normal. But on we go into the formation lap. I can tell you, we can go to the tyres and look.
Detail tyre.
So there you go.
Whoa.
Completely wrong statement from you. Everyone
I'm
outside the
surprised.
top 10, almost, except for 2 guys, have started on a medium tyre. So
I
they're
am
not expecting a
surprised.
safety car.
Because I was just thinking, it's just like, at this track, on the alternate strategy, everyone else, when you pit, you will be behind all those that are not on the alternate strategy. Because the softs are quicker. So all these people in the mediums should, theoretically, be behind all those on the medium, and they're going to have to overtake all those guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys to overtake here.
And on this
but of
track,
course-
if the person in front has DRS, you can't overtake.
Yeah, but the alt strategy is very easily ruined by a safety car. because you do need that gap that you create when going longer on the medium tyre. Of course, you're going to be undercut it. There's nothing you can do about that. You're going to get a few undercuts here and there from people who started on the soft tyre, but the medium tyre should definitely be able to help you sling in that time. It does not help that there aren't really that many overtaking opportunities on a track like this. Old school track, very narrow. It's difficult, but looking at the predicted pit stop strategy, it's completely wrong. Don't even look at it, because I think the pit strategy is probably lap 10 to lap 14 for the soft guys, and then medium to the end. And for the medium, it's about lap 18 to lap 20, where you want to start pitting. You definitely don't want to go for a two-stop here. It's definitely not worth it. But now, lining up on the grid, I'm going to give you the honours.
Yeah, full control. I can do what I want. So, waiting for the last few stragglers to make it to the grid. As we're ready to start round 4.
People very respectful here on their formation laps.
Yeah.
No one really lacking behind. But
Let's do detail position change. Let's just, yeah. Expect hopefully a clean start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And they're out. And I do not know what's happening. Jamie James gets a good start, does he? Yes. Jack Hawkey, does he go for a move? Oh, contact, 3 wide. I have no idea what's happening. I see a Williams spinning around. Jamie James gets away clean with a slight gap. Stumpy makes it into P2. Jack Hawkey loses position. Rack makes a dive and somehow is up all these positions already. Racer's up 6 positions. Few people falling down.
But
Kelso
good
looks like he had a bad start.
Good start here for some of the lads.
He's got slight wing damage.
He's going to have to pit. Slight wing damage, that's going to be the end.
What tyre is he on?
Ooh. He's on... Oh, that's not good. Kelster's swag is on the medium tyre, and he's last as well. So he's going to have to go for the soft medium from now on. Double stop, which then in the end actually just is a 1 stop after that wing change. But
lap 1 complete. That is 1 of 32. Jamie James is ahead, and obviously sets fastest lap.
Yeah, 120.3. That's going to be destroyed.
He already has a warning, though. He already has a warning.
Yeah, warnings are very easy to get. He had an issue with the warnings last season in EU3. Got penalties quite often. So if a safety car doesn't ruin his race, I reckon we see him on P1 on the top step. But anything can change when you get warnings as quick as Jamie James does on a track like Imola. But Jack Hawkey immediately losing out in turn 1, having a bit of a spin, some contact made, and then going on to the orange sausage curbs. He's got a bit of time to catch up to Stumpy P2.
Stumpy also had a very good getaway, overtaking Jack Hawkey, obviously after the slight contact made. Not losing any time though, like he's slightly losing time from Jamie James, but he's still pulling from Hawkey, who is not under pressure but getting closely followed by Footy and both of the Alfa Romeos, with Profodes probably looking for an overtake.
There you go, Jamie James 17.7, so that's the quickest lap of the race.
Just saying, that is also pretty close to the 17s, 18s we were predicting, just would like to say. Yeah. Just to prove another thing that we're right.
Yeah, and Jack Hawkey. Oh, Jack Hawkey span around, and Jack Hawkey's pretty much out of this already.
He's got no win, and neither does Badkans. I didn't see that bit. Badkins
went
is pitting.
on to the sausage curb. Of course, the dangerous sausage curbs you want to be very careful with, but that is Jack Hawkey pretty much out of contention for the win of the race already.
Unless there's a safety car.
Unless there's a safety car, and he still does have to get quite a bit of luck there.
Well, now there's someone else out of the way. Racer now makes that tally to 8 positions gained on the 3rd lap, which is a lot. It's a lot. And obviously fresh softs. Don't know how much that overall means. And Vape King's out.
Yeah, the soft. Oh, and that's the virtual safety car. I reckon that's going to be a safety car, an actual safety car. They changed it so quickly, and that it is. It is a safety car.
Do you do that? That's all I want to know. How do you crash that? Do you lose it and then spin on the exit?
I think it's a you kind of lose it.
Jeremy James pits. Stumpy say that 50 pits.
Oh, he's going to go for the hard
tyre.
It's
50-50. It's 50. Oh, we love
I don't think it's the right time to pit for the medium tyre. I don't think it's the right time. He's gone for soft. He's gone for soft, so he's going to go for the 2-stop. That is very interesting. That's going to cost him a lot of time, though.
We love the change of strategy. Yes.
Strategy. The 2-stop is very slow around Imola with the long pit straight.
I just realised that there are 3 people on hard tyres.
Why? 2 spell Kelston, Badkins.
Why people
Kelston, Badkins had an incident on lap 1 and lap 2 respectively. It kind of had to go for the hard tyres, not knowing whether the safety car would come out or not. But now the safety car did come out. As you saw, it first was a BSC, but quickly that turns into a safety car. So, Jamie James quickly catching up. Fresh softs for him.
Someone else that quickly catches up, Jack Hawkey. He's now going to be a few seconds behind Jamie James.
Yeah, but there's just so many drivers to get through on his behalf. It's going to be a very difficult race from him.
Still a few seconds behind at the end of this lap. 4 people up 11 places. Scouser, Charlie, What Easy Boy, and Racer all up 11 places.
Yeah, and Fake Scouser started P20. He's made up a lot of ground in those first 4 laps. So great stuff from him.
And I think 5 or 6 of them made pit stops, and the others all crashed.
Well, let's see.
He's still making good progress. He hasn't crashed yet. He hasn't made a pit stop, which means it may happen.
P10 and down. P10 and down. They've all had their stops. Most of them going on to soft and medium tyres. I don't think the mediums will make it to the end from here. You can try it, but it's going to be towards puncture territory. So most of these guys have committed now to the 2-stop, which might actually not be a very clever idea. Now Stumpy, Rakvan, Profodas, Racer, Blade, Wisey Boy, Charlie, AJ and Fake Scouser have not stopped, but they're still on the start tyre that they started on, so soft tyres for them pretty much, except for... No, actually that was completely wrong. From 5th down to 9th, everyone's on medium tyres. Now their strategy is pretty much out the window because everybody's caught up who's already pitted. But it's going to be interesting to see what Stumpy, Rakvan, Profodas and Racer does, because it's going to be a 1-stop from them. Maybe we get to see another safety car. That's going to change things a lot.
Well, I'd like to say that it's a Italy 1-2, if you want to count the Alpha as Italian. It's a 1-2 at Italy. An Italian 1-2 at Italy.
And of course, sister team, Alfa Romeo.
And there's a red car in front of the Ferrari. Doesn't matter what it says on it, it's a red car.
It's a red car, so that is definitely a Ferrari, Mercedes.
Yeah, Ferrari, Mercedes. The red makes it go faster.
The red is just
Is the safety car coming in this lap?
I don't know. It's not.
Wait,
no, it doesn't look like it.
Kelster to catch
up.
There it is.
Oh, and Stumpy now has a job to do. He's going to have to heat his tyres. Doesn't look like his tyres are...
I was going to say, I think some people may have realised it's coming in and warmed up the tyres already. Is he one of them? We'll see.
I don't know.
Well, Jeremy James on those fresh softs, probably the easiest tyre to probably warm up. And Stumpy
He's going.
gets away. Yep. Ooh, not the Racer restarts, but Racer already attacking.
Reckon right behind him though.
Ooh,
3
Jamie
tenths.
James also making a move.
Oh, be careful, Racer. He's going to keep it nice and clean. So, oh, Profodus makes a mistake.
One overtake for Jamie James.
Yeah, Jamie James is just blistering now through the field. Fake Scouts are losing out. He's going to have a little bit of a struggle because he's on the older tyre. But Racer keeping it clean. Red Bull might be struggling here to start off with. Looks like he had cold tyres. So I think Racer's going to capitalise on it. Almost out the second of the guy in front of him, Profodus. And Rakvan picks up the first 3 seconds.
Already? That's pretty quick. I would like to say, I think I might have a reason for Jamie James pitting. Ready for this?
Yes.
He knew I am back, so he wants to make an impression by overtaking a bunch of people. That's all I can think of. That's all I can think of. It must be.
I think you're. Yeah, you've got to be correct on that one. I can't.
Either way, Jamie James again wants to make some more overtakes. Is he going to send it? I don't think so because it's a weird corner to overtake.
Yes, but he's going to keep going though. 2 tenths behind. The gap is getting smaller though. He's going to go for the overtake here. Nonetheless, AJDW can't really do anything. Jamie James already passed before it really gets intense on that line there, but can't really answer back there, AJ.
If there's a corner that he's like a theme for overtaking for this race, we should give it a name after him.
Yeah. The
Why
Jamie
not?
James corner. Jamie James, yeah, and here he comes. Deep dive bomb there on Charlie into the. That is a hairpin.
Are we just going to name the track after him?
Oh, that's a good idea. Got to be careful though. If he gets too many warnings, I don't think we can do it. But he does set the fastest sectors here.
I was going to say, like, I want to look at other people, but if I miss, I'm gonna miss an overtake. So let's stick with Jamie James for the time being. Let's watch some.
Oh, I don't know. Already here. Can he make it on
racing?
I want to be careful here, Jamie, because the penultimate corner there, it's not really an overtaking spot. It's very, very tight. It's quite difficult to overtake correctly there without banging the other one off track. But he's going to go for it as well here, though. DRS enabled now. We're not going to see it correctly on this lap, but we're going to see it on the next lap as Jamie James zooms past Wisey Boy. And we're going to see
the one DRS at this track.
Are we going to see the Ecos team orders here from Blade, just letting his teammate pass, knowing he's on the faster tyre, the younger tyre, and the better tyre? As of right now, I don't know. Ooh, yes, probably. It's probably going to let him past. We're going to see anyways, though. But not really much happening in the top 4, though.
Well, if we look at gap to leader, Jamie James is 3 seconds off the lead on fresher tyres.
Yeah, and if there's any time to let your teammate by, I think it's right now.
Well, after making a mistake especially.
Yeah. Nope, he's not going to go.
Yeah,
There's going to be no team orders at Haas. Well, Jamie James has to make work, gets himself up into P5 after overtaking his teammate.
He won't get DRS off Racer. Oh no. We might see a...
Might see an answer back here from Blade.
Nah, I think the soft's so much more grip. It will definitely protect him from the driver behind.
Oh,
actually no, yeah, he might go for it. The DRS is so powerful.
Blade's getting very close.
And he backs off.
He's not going to go for it. Team orders there. Cornish Kirk makes it up in P10.
Backs out as well. Come on,
Charlie,
just send it.
Charlie gets a 3-second time penalty. His first of today, and not the last we're going to see today either. 2 warnings for Racer already, and Matty. Where's Matty?
Matty's in 12th.
Matty's in 12th, but he's not got any warnings. Same with Blade and AJ.
He's still with Big Balls, Jack Hawkey, Footy, and Cornish Cook. So he's there. He's there with everyone else. If they all get penalties, he's in front of them all.
Yes,
And
but while
Jamie
we've been
James is
focusing,
looking for another overtake.
but while we've been focusing on Jamie James, Rakvan has actually taken the lead from Stumpy. Stumpy now looking to get the lead back.
That was a nice camera shot.
Can he get it though? He's a bit far back though. Jamie James is definitely going to try and do it on Racer now. Very close to him. He's got the DRS. Racer doesn't.
And the move is done. Cornish Cup with the fastest lap of the race.
He's going to be using a lot of ERS. So Jamie James makes mush of Racer.
And he
Easy
can already
pass.
see the leader after making a pit stop.
Jamie James, however, he's 7/10 up on his time. He might see the fastest lap taken back from Cornish Cug back to Jamie James, where it originally was stored. But he's already caught up to Profodas. I reckon we'll see Jamie James in the lead very soon. And Blade.
I would not say that, because I think these overtakes will be harder because they have DRS, and I
yeah,
don't
but they're
think
on
they're
old
dropping
tyres.
back.
They're on very old soft tyres, 9-lap old, so they'll be thinking about going to the pits already
The safety
within the
car
next
as well.
2, 3, 4 laps here.
But let's just see who's right.
Well, if there's a safety car now, the mediums will comfortably take you to the end of the race. And I think everyone should be able to capitalise on it here. However, Jamie James, he's going to stick behind Profodas. However, Blade, his teammate, does make it past Racer. It's a P5 and P4 for the Haas F1 team.
I was having a look at each driver in the top 5, and Jamie James is the only person with like any ERS, because Rack in first is close to having his light on. Stumpy is probably close to having his light on.
Yeah, no, Stumpy's
So
a bit
is Profodas.
more reserved.
Yeah,
Stumpy and Profodas on quite low ERS, but Rack is actually...
Stumpy.
and Razor picks up... and Stumpy's out! Stumpy's out. Is this a safety car? Is this a safety car? And it is a safety car. Every soft runner should be pitting, Jamie James included. Everyone should be in the pits for fresh mediums right now, because the fresh mediums will make it to the end from here. I was
going to say, tough choice for Electric Blade and Wisey Boy, but their teammates are right in front of them. They probably wouldn't want a double stack anyway.
No, Blade can't really do the stop right now. He's on the medium tyre.
Rack pits, Profodas pits. Jamie James already pits again. No, Blade stays out. Racer pits.
Racer in the pits as well.
Charlie pits. We're interested to see what tyre he goes on. Cornish Cuck stays out. And all those that pit earlier under the first safety car all stayed out.
Most of them, because we see Matty already in the pits as well with Racer. A few of the Charlie went for Hearts. That's very interesting, because the Hearts are not very good at this circuit.
I think he started on mediums.
Oh, yeah, that's the.
I would like to say that
having the,
I did also say it would be interesting to see what tyre he goes on, and we are not surprised by this outcome. And those tyres have no grip, so I think we may see him back in the pits and put on some mediums. Yeah,
the Hearts are just not good at this track, sadly.
5 places
they make it the whole...
or a better tyre strategy. What would you prefer? Track position in 13th.
Track position is super important here. So, I mean, we're gonna see Cornish Footy, Big Balls, Jack Hawkey, and of course Blade and Wisey Boy in the pits again.
I was gonna say, I've just recognised something.
Yeah?
Who's in 8th?
8th is Rakvan, and he
Where
was the
was
net
he
leader.
before that? He was leading. Who's behind him?
Leader, yeah. That is Mr. Two-Spell.
The disconnected wizard.
The disconnected Two-Spell wizard.
So, normally AI on a restart, they lose a lot of time. Who's behind him?
Profodus, Jamie James,
Who
Racer,
was
Charlie,
what
AJ.
position was he? For
They were
Fodes.
P2, P3.
So Rack, I have a feeling that he may gain a lot more.
Yeah, he may gain a lot from this.
I think we may see 2 groups straight away.
Yeah,
and
we're going to
that'll
see.
be really interesting for the safety car restart for Jamie James and Profodes.
Yeah, and it's going to be on this lap as well, the restart. So we're going to see the drivers heating up their tyres. Well, I don't think it's the right thing to do, to go for the hard tyres. But let me see if Badkins and Two Spell can prove me wrong. Of course, Two Spell's AI is driving. I don't know, did we send him another invite? Because now would be the time.
I don't know.
I can do that.
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't even see they disconnected.
It looks like his car is ghosting.
And there's the big X on this. So, what should we talk about?
Well, currently, I think it's about who's going to be the leader of the race, Rakvan. The EU3 reserve for the race is actually currently the net leader, with Profodus and Jamie James behind them. Of course, Two Spell in the mix, but he is an AI, so don't think that's going to be anything to worry about, really.
The strategy battle, it will be an interesting one to see what everyone does. The safety car restart as well, a lot to play for. This will be an exciting
We're going to see
race.
Blade. I went early last night. Blade does not decide to do the same.
I think
He's
it's
gonna go
best
late.
to go really late here.
He's going to go out the last corner. Doesn't really catch up. Wisey Boy. Wisey Boy was expecting it. Cornish cock. Everybody's just ready here. Nobody really slacked off. Of course, Two Spell did, but he's an AI. So
Not really slacked off
everybody,
as much as others, so still.
everybody's
nobody-
within a second.
No, yeah, just about.
Pretty much. Yeah. Top 17 is. Fake Skulls are the only one
Oh.
not. Rakvan already passed Batkins, of course, but because Batkins' tyres are just not good enough, Jack Hawkey gets the 3-second time penalty that
Rack
he's been.
right behind Jack Hawkey now.
Yeah, Jack Hawkey's been dancing on a tight
Jamie
line.
James has overtaken Fodes.
Oh, so he's actually quite. Right now, he's the net P2, but Rakvan is in front of Batkins.
No,
So
Jamie
maybe
James
he can use
is
that
net
to his
P1.
advantage.
Jamie James is net P1.
Net P2, Rakvan is. Oh,
No,
yes, because of his
penalty.
penalty. Penalties. Now let's hope that Jamie James doesn't turn up. One warning into 3. Badkins gets a 3-second time penalty, and here goes Jamie James. He's just going to zoom past him because Badkins made a mistake on those hard tyres. The hard tyres just doesn't go well on this track. As you see, Badkins, Two Spells lost so many positions.
Is he in that car?
It looks like he's back in it.
Oh,
no,
I don't think he's.
It's an AI.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know. And he's on 10
Charlie.
lap old hearts. Never a good sign, really.
Profodus now past Badkins as well. Badkins just falling and losing touch to the leaders.
It's those hearts.
Those hearts just doesn't work. It's just not gonna be good enough. But Jack Hawkey being one of the few guys who didn't pit from the medium tyre on the safety car, but he did on the first though. He's back in the race. However,
After
I don't know if he can keep it. I don't know if he can keep it.
He'll
So
be
it
happy
looks
to
like-
be in the race at this point, Jack Hawkey, after what happened to him on lap 3.
Yeah,
Was it lap
but
3?
the
Was it lap
tyre
4? I
though,
can't remember.
the tyre's
Lap
already
4.
getting into those
Lap
mid
3.
25s, 20s, 30s, mid 20s, 30s here for the guys on 10 lap old mediums.
Ooh,
Titchy gets it,
Titchy
penalty.
gets penalty. We should tell everyone about this because that is a big deal apparently.
Yeah, it's not normal to see Titchy getting a penalty.
Especially tell Wizard because he'll love that.
Yeah, however,
And he's
DRS enabled now. And Wizard's
Tuchel
back.
is back.
Good to see him. Good to see him back in the racing car.
And the McLaren looks like, well, the McLaren team are looking like real life in Bahrain at the moment.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for the Mercedes-powered team out of the UK.
What team is looking good that we can just say like an opposite? Big Wall's going around the outside, does he? No.
Oh, AlphaTauri looks very dirty. He's had a few trips to the gravel, a few trips in the dirt. But is he going to go for a move on foot? He's very close. Oh, now be careful because you don't want to make any contact here. Detrimental to your race. Now flat out. He's going to go through the double apex. Very careful though on the exit. Now here comes Jack Hawkey right behind him. Is he going to go for the move? He's not close enough, so big balls keep the space just for now. But Footy now has a bit of time to just get away. It's difficult to see because right now the timings are not on the screen. However, it's looking like a very tight battle for P1. Wisey Boy just about edging out Ecos Blade. Now the timing's back up, but Cornish Cog still slacking off a little bit behind the two. He's going to watch them fight for a little bit because they are on the older tyre. They're going to have to do another pit stop around lap 20 when the softs are ready in the pit box.
So at the front we have Blade and Wiseboy who do have to pit again because they've not stopped yet. Jamie James makes it past Rack. Is now staring the back of the Red Bull of Jack Hawkey. This will be a fun battle. Definitely.
We're going to keep going though, because it's a three-way battle for P1, all within about 5/10 of each other.
It'll be interesting to see if the Alpha in P4 can catch up to the Alpha in P3, and after a brilliant exit of that corner, if he can keep another exit here, he should be able to stay within DRS and get it. Yes,
looks like he's going to keep it.
Does Jack Hawkey get DRS?
No, he does not. He is outside.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
I think he's just outside.
If
no,
not,
he's going to get it.
There is a Haas right behind him.
And
he might make it either way. He might make it either way. No, that DRS is so powerful.
Yeah, that Haas is powered by a good lad, Jamie James. Very fast. He's going to try everything to get past Jack Hawkey because he knows it is detrimental, and he does have the way better tyres. As you can see, he's almost front wing to diffuser on the Red Bull.
I was going to say, it seems to be two distinct groups, and then I realised there was two hard runners leading that group.
Yeah, well, right now it's looking like a DRS train all the way down to
and
V10.
As we know, only the guy in second can make an overtake. And at that moment, that is a hard runner. And if these two just keep swapping, no one's making a move. So Tichy is in an impossible situation. He cannot do anything. As Racer gets another warning, and now is on 5 warnings, and Charlie is on 8 warnings. So those two might get a few more warnings and a few more penalties at this moment.
Yeah, but Cornish Cog and Blade need to watch out because they're on 1 and 2 warnings respectively. FRL Big Balls behind them, 1 warning. Footy, 2 warnings. Jamie James, 1 warning. Now, oh, and here comes Cornish! It's P1. Brilliant overtake from Cornish Cog. A bit of mayhem left behind, but that was a detrimental move. Now he's going to try everything to get away from Blade, because Blade is on the older tyre. 4 laps is the advantage to Cornish Cog. Cornish Cog still having the fastest lap of the race.
Jamie James makes it past. Oh, he loses it as well. He loses all those positions he's just gained. That's 4 places he's...
Oh, be careful now.
He's got damage.
Jamie James is damaged. He's going to have to box, and he can go for the soft tyre.
Rack. Rack has damage as well.
Rack and Jamie James and Matty Robbo.
Yeah.
Matty Robbo's already been in, but now they're going to have to do the pit stop. Racing out past Blackburn.
So keep it clean, you two.
So Jamie James, as we saw in, I think it was qualifying, we saw him go for the very risky, very tight line in the hairpin. I think he's done the same, but it's just not worked out this time, and he's gone on the curb too much and spanned the car. Lost all the positions that he's gained, and now in the pits as well for a new front wing and probably a soft tyre.
I think a medium tyre, yeah.
Well, that's opened it up because now, currently, Profodis is the net leader of the race, considering the guys in front are on old
Cornish
tyres.
Cuck, he could go to the end.
But 49% damage on the front right tyre. That's going to be a very difficult treat to pull off.
Well, I said he could. I didn't say he will.
No, I think he's going to reach puncture territory. Unless we get another safety car, it's going to be very difficult for him to catch back up.
So Profodes can make it to the end. Pretty
Profodes easily, yeah. Easily.
That's Scouser.
It's that fake Scouser. He's just span around. It doesn't look like anything too big.
No damage.
No damage.
So we look at the gap to leader from the Red Bull and 6, and the gap to those people are about 25 to 30 seconds, which is about a pit stop, just over a pit stop.
Yeah, now Blade has gone 20 laps on those medium tyres. Surely it's about time to think about
makes
pitting.
The move up to P3. As the front two, they swap. Cornish Cup in the lead. Electric Blade, probably backs out. Jack Hawkey gets another penalty. Charlie gets another penalty.
I'm really interested to see what Cornish Cock is going to be able to do, because his tyres are definitely dying off. Same with Blade and Wisey Boy, but they do have to make a pit stop because they've started on that tyre.
This top 6 needs to save the RS. Or Footy makes a mistake, gives the place to Profodes. Now Profodes needs to use this. He goes deep. He's now out of the
needs
ERS
to use
train.
a bit of his.
He's out of the
ERS. He needs to use the ERS. Footy's going to answer straight back to him, but Footy does also have very worn tyres. They're all going to have to do another stop, and I reckon it's going to be within the next 2 or 3 laps here.
But
so already Blade is in. Blade and Footy in. And Footy gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
10 laps to the end. If you're pitting for softs, now's the time.
Now is the time, exactly.
All battle, Tichy overtaking Racer. Tichy comes out of nowhere because he was stuck behind Charlie, and now he's net P2.
Yeah, I know. Anything can happen really at Imola. Now, after Jamie James had his little accident, he went for the medium tyre, which, in my opinion, not the best idea, but he does set the fastest lap, however.
Well, so if AJ can get past Charlie this next lap, which he probably will, that's your top 3. If he can keep up with Racer, it'll be Profodes, Tichy, or AJ.
Yeah, Profodes pretty much ran with it from the start here of the safety car after Jamie James span around, but do have to watch out because Racer does have a few penalties to take care of. What's the penalty situation like? It's like 6 seconds for him. AJ doesn't even have a penalty, so I don't know if he's going to be able to keep.
AJ doesn't have a warning.
But Wisey Boy pits though. Now let's see if he can actually, if he can get a gap.
It's is that Matty or Wizard?
Wizard's round.
But AJ makes the move. He makes it round the outside. What a move. He made the move round the outside of turn 1. Which is a top move, considering everyone takes the inside. It's very hard to go around the outside.
Yeah, now Racer does have to do a lot of catching up to get to that DRS point. If he does get it, there might still be a possibility of getting AJ out, but AJ's looking really, really red hot and ready to do whatever to get that podium position. And of course, right now he's only going to gain 1 position, but that can actually still change with Tichy having 5 warnings. So got to watch out. Charlie gets another 3-second time penalty. That's 12 warnings from him.
As Badkens goes for the move and Charlie backs out, gets that DRS just to probably make the move back just now, if he can stay close enough.
Yeah, well, he is going to have the DRS, but is this going to be enough? Is he even going to be able
to? He has 0 ERS. It's going to be
he's going to zoom past.
Like Badkens literally has 0. As he loses to Kelster as well,
he's going to lose 2 positions.
And the driver behind that is Cornish-Cook, 14 seconds down the road. That is the gap to P8.
Wow. But he is on a fresh soft, and you know fresh soft can really do a lot of damage.
So he needs to realistically be 2 seconds a lap to maybe get a top.
Definitely possible.
To get a top 5 for someone who's leading the race.
Oh, and Tichy gets a 3-second time penalty. Now, surely, if Racer can get past Tichy, he's going to keep the podium. However, AJ is looking to get a P2 out of this positioning right now.
First of all, a 3-second penalty again for exceeding track limits and corner.
Big Balls is on 55%. Now 75% is puncture territory, so you do want to be careful. But it looks like he's going to be able to kind of nurse the tyres to the end. However, Profode is only 1.6 behind. It's going to be easy for him to pass him.
Balls in first. Will he pit?
Probably.
There's 7 laps to go, 8 laps to go.
Well,
People already on hards. Where is he? In gap to leader, 28. If he pits now, he's 12. He's about Jack Hawkey level. That's 6 seconds behind Cornish-Cook.
But he doesn't have a penalty.
Is it worth
Everybody
it?
from P6 to P14 has a penalty. No, I don't think it's... I mean, if he can make it to the end and keep the track positioning, he might be in for a podium here. I was going to say,
if he holds enough people up, that's all he needs. There's only 3 people in the top 14 without a penalty. Well, I know Matty doesn't have a penalty either, but
it looks like
he's a bit far down to capitalise on that. What he needs is someone to crash, and then Matty is looking at a top 5. Well, not top 5, but top 10.
Yeah, something along the lines.
Kelster.
AJ gets a 5-second penalty, and that's going to be it. That's going to be Racer's absolute saviour, because now it looks like he might be able to get that podium. If FRL Big Balls also does decide to pit, which he might be able to pull it off, but it's going to be very close towards the end there. If he does decide to...
up. That gap was 2 seconds, and now it's less than a second.
Yeah, but Racer does have to worry about Kelster behind, because of course he has 6 seconds and Kelster only has 3, and the gap is only 4 seconds, so gotta be careful, Racer, here. You're gonna be careful, Lewis, but hoping for the best.
How is Cornish-Cook doing?
Cornish-Cook in P8.
Scouser, yeah. It's 8-second gap. Is that good? I think he's closing in at a good enough rate to get P6 on track.
Well, we're going to see now, because
I think he'll overtake Kelster, but I don't think he'll get Lewis.
Now watch out, because Profode does have the DRS on this lap. There's not going to be anything he can use, really.
He needs to save ERS.
I think he just needs to stay behind Big Balls for another lap here, and then it's going to be an easy pass, because Big Balls doesn't really have any ERS either. So it's going to be interesting though. Perfodes can't really stay with him, even though his tyres are about 8 laps younger.
I was just just looking at what's happening lower down, and I realise that Jack Hawkey, Jamie James, and Rack are all out of the points after. I think did all of them been first at one point in this race? Well, I don't think Jack Hawkey has, but qualified front row. So you've had someone who's led the race for quite a bit, and then the front row, none of them are in the points, and none of them. Yeah, I don't know why. They just all seem to be just so far behind.
It's unlucky because all three of them have been involved in incidents in this race, and can't really blame it on anyone because it's been all of their own doing. Now Profodus, however, you can't really stay with Big Balls. Big Balls looks very, very strong. He's going to have to be a little bit careful here, Big Balls, though. Those tyres should not explode. He's got 4 laps to go, 68% on his front right. He's going to have to watch out.
I think Profodus should gain ERS for 2 laps and then go for it. Go for it like lap 30 and then
I
just
think you should go for it
it
now. I think you should go for it any time now because now Big Balls is just going to slow him down because of the dirty air. And
yeah, but it doesn't matter if he slows him down or not. He's got no penalties.
Yeah, but it does give some opportunity to everyone else. If you, I mean, if he overtakes him here, it's going to give Tichy maybe a lifeline, maybe to still get the P2. But Big Balls looks to be keeping up very nicely on his very, very rolling tyres. Now 78% on his front right. He's gonna have to be very, very cautious, or he's gonna get a puncture. However, Profodus is out of the second, so Big Balls has been absolutely sending it on this lap, and Profodus just can't really keep up.
Doesn't have DRS. Something that's really surprising is I said the podium would be Matty and who else did I say?
Matty, Jamie, and Jack Hawkey.
No, I said the top 3 would crash, and so far
yeah.
Stumpy's out.
Jammy's crashed.
I think
Jack
it's the
Hawkey's
Vapor King.
crashed.
I think it was Vapor King. Did I say Vapor King? I think I did.
You said Vapor King, yeah, you did.
Unless
He also
someone
crashed.
else.
And Jamie James, no, Jack Hawkey. No.
No.
Who was it? Matty, Vapor King, and you said Cornish Cock.
Cornish Cock, yeah. Who did you say?
I said Jamie James, Matty
11th.
Robo, and Racer.
At the moment, one of them maybe getting one.
I don't know. It's going to be very, very close because Charlie behind him is only 3.2 seconds behind.
Charlie
3.1
has
seconds.
12 seconds.
Oh yeah, Kelster. Kelster. I was looking at Kelster.
Throw
That's
this
what I
back in DRS.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get it here though. He's gonna
I
have
think
to
he
get
has
it
to
here.
use his ERS to get close.
Yeah, and
And
now
he
Big
is
Balls.
making it.
Big
Honda
Balls
v
is
Honda.
puncture territory. Big Balls is in the puncture territory. We could see anything happening. Anything could happen here. Anything. He's gonna have to be very, very cautious on those tyres. He doesn't have a penalty, but he really needs to save the tyres now.
Charlie keeps a position on Kelster, so that's going to help Racer so much.
Oh, Big Balls, be careful, because it looks like you're going to really lose out here if you don't.
Keep an eye on his tyres to just keep us updated on what they're like.
76% front right, 71% rear right. It's going to be very, very close towards the end. 25 laps is very long on the same tyre.
I just think it'll be surprising when he actually gets a puncture, if he gets one, more importantly, because if he doesn't, he should be fine. Like, I don't think he's got 3, he's pulling on Tichy. He's still pulling a gap on Tichy.
Yeah, and he's pulling on Profodus as well. I think he's going way too hard on his tyres. You need to care. You need to really, really watch out here.
I love it when you go over the dirt, over like the gravel now, and your car gets dirty. It's a nice feature.
Yeah. Big Balls has definitely been in the gravel. You can see it on the white AlphaTauri, on the white of the AlphaTauri.
Yeah, the Honda logo doesn't look as bright as it normally is.
Yeah,
As Kelster and Charlie swap again.
Yeah, that's not too good for a racer though, because Kelster does
they
only
use
have
each other too
3
much.
seconds.
But he has 1 lap to hold that 2 tenths advantage. It's almost the final. We're racing for what, 90, about 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, one of them will probably be, well, it's about 4th at the moment, maybe more, depending on this.
Yeah,
I
Big
think
Ball's
for
still
now,
going strong.
Cornish
tyre.
Cuck, he's in 7th. What's his penalty situation? 3 seconds. If he makes it past both of them, then he gets within Racer. Then that's P4
And last
for
lap
him.
here, last lap is looking very, very promising for Big Balls. 80% on his tyres. Very, very strong going for him.
Cornish Cuck, what can he do?
You can see the damage on the tyre if you look closely.
Does he make it on Kelster? I think he will. He sends it. Footy gets overtaken by Wisey Boy as well. Jack Walkie creeping in to the top 10 in the final laps.
He might even be able to get P9.
I would just like to say, what a drive from Charlie to
Look.
be P5 on those hards. Like,
Yeah, that's
amazing.
amazing. That is amazing.
But more importantly,
But
the
what
top-
could have been?
the
What
top
could
2,
have been if he
the
got
top
medium?
2.
So Profode is now coming through the last 2 corners. And he's going to round off. And he's going to end it off. P1 for Profodis. And more surprisingly, it's P2 for FRL Big Balls with 83% wear on his tyres. Tichy P3 Racer is going to come home in P4 with Charlie right behind him in P5. However, Cornish Cuck is going to take that position. Same does Kelster Swag. Now, Wisey Boy coming through the last sector as well. P8, P9 for... Oh, P7 for Jamie James. P8 for Charlie. P9 for Wisey.
Wow.
P10 for Footy. P11 AJ. P12 Jack Hawkey. Rackvan, however, he's going to come home after leading some of the race in P13. Back in P14.
Penalty for cutting that hardly a corner.
Yeah, and
And
Blade, not his
Blade
day
and
today.
Nancy.
It's going to come around and it's going to be P15 for Eagles Blade.
Will we see a fastest lap being broken? Oh, Cornish Cup broke his wing on the final lap. That's probably why he dropped back a bit.
Here's Matty Robbo though, setting
Will it be
fast
fastest
sectors.
lap?
Will it be fastest lap?
Yay.
It will. Matty entered off in P16 with 2 spell in P17.
That was a
Wow.
good race.
That was a good race. Race,
And
of course,
only
driver
2
of the
people-
day.
Only
No.
2 people crashed. That's all I'm gonna say. We said we wanted a good race. It was
We
very
definitely got a good race.
I was just
So
gonna
race-
say, like, we get a Ferrari and a Red Bull on the podium. Was not expecting it to be these 2.
I was not expecting it to be big balls either, but after that masterclass, keeping the tyre just about, he gets P2. No
Well-
penalties either for him.
In qualifying, we got a white car, a Red Bull, and a Ferrari in the top 3. It's different set of those 3 cars, but nonetheless. Ooh, look at that. P8, P7, P9.
And I think it's actually Profodis' first win
Is
in
it?
Contest of Speed EU2. So if you invite them to the court, I'll take P3 and P1.
So, after that race, Froda's P1, Big Balls P2, Titchy P3, Racer 4, Cornish Cuck 5, Kelster, Jamie James, Charlie, Wireswood and Footy. Rest of the points. And out the points you have AJ, Jack, Rack, Badkens, Blade, Matty, Wizard, Scowser, Stumpy, and King.
Yeah, that's the guys who ends off the grid of today. Enjoyable race we had. Surprise winner, you could say, after the 2 or 3 podium contenders crashed out.
The top 3 were Profodes, Tichy, and Big Balls.
Yes.
Can't add some players because of their settings. Wow.
That's because they're not friending the comms.
Ooh. Spooky. Who would stop being friends from us? That's all I'm gonna say.
Who is it? Who is it we can't invite to the call?
I don't know, but it's not Titchy because he is here with us.
I am.
I think the person that's not on the friends list is Big Balls.
Yeah, interviews. Yeah, you need to be in the on the friends list, of course, to get invited to the party.
We got entertained. That's the most important thing.
So we're just going to be with you with the interviews shortly.
Intermission. We'll look at the Ferrari because he's nicely rated.
Yeah. So we should be with you shortly with the interviews. Oh, let's see if we can get Profodes in. I don't know if Profodes is gonna join us. We'll try and see.
How much does this race impact the championship? Because wasn't it Jack Hawkey? And
Yeah, it was
Matty
Jack Hawkey.
up front?
It was Jack Hawkey and Matty, yeah.
So this race will probably get a lot of people a lot closer.
Yeah. There you go. So, that's everyone invited. Hopefully joining.
Should we start the interview?
I reckon we should just start while we wait for Big Balls and Profodes, of course. But let's start off by saying congratulations on your first EU2 podium, Tichy. After racing home, you did exactly what you did when you were racing home in the race. Absolutely amazing drive. How was it with the strategy? Because it was very challenging. Looking at it from our point of view, boxing or not boxing on the first safety car, but then definitely boxing on the last one. How did you see it?
Basically, right, I don't think I'm going to keep this podium, by the way, because I had a bad incident with Vapor King. That is
for now,
more than definitely my fault, but yeah, I'll take it while it is. But yeah, basically, I had rear wing damage the whole race after that.
Wow.
As well. So, and then after I had to save a lap of fuel in like the last about 10 laps, I think it was. So, like, it was painful. But yeah, other than that, it's been an alright race.
So of course the rear wing is going to be very challenging. Of course, how was it to keep it on track though? However,
it started sliding all over the place. Like, it was slower down the straight as well, and I was like, never mind.
I could
I
imagine
thought my race
it.
was over, and then I think everyone's just made crazy strategy calls and ended up pitting too many times.
Yeah, and we saw
And
Big
then-
Balls, of course, going for, I think it was 27
Yeah,
laps
He's done really well
on
on
the
those
medium
tyres
lit.
to
Yeah,
get them to the
absolutely.
end.
Yeah, but of course, you decided to do something else with the strategy, and that worked out well
Yeah.
for you too, because you were stuck behind two hard runners. How was that
Yeah.
experience getting past those two guys?
Well, it was basically waiting for them to get out of the way originally, and then it wasn't happening, so I had to overtake one of them. And then once you get past one, the other one's easy down the straight. But to be fair, in my head, my race was ruined at the beginning by myself, so to actually finish third was good for me.
Yeah, and of course, it's your first podium in EU2. How does it feel, finally, to step up on that pedestal?
I'm going to correct you there, because I've been here before.
This
In
season.
EU2. This season, yeah.
This season,
This season.
It's
I've won a
just
race
Tas
in
then.
EU2.
Oh, it's Tas being iffy on me
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, it would be.
Can never trust it, but still very, very good job from
Yeah.
you, and congratulations on your P3, and go enjoy it.
Because the other two don't turn up, I win, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah, they're not going to turn up. I don't know. Provodus just doesn't do him, and
Yeah.
Big Balls can't make his PS4 work. So I reckon we could stick with you for a little longer. How
Yeah.
did you see turn one? There was a few incidents in turn one, though. How did you see it? How was it from your vision?
I didn't really see anything, because obviously I get really poor start, so I drop backwards. So I dropped, I think Racer got a lightning start.
Yeah. He got like
He was down
4
in, like-
places or 5
Yeah.
places.
I didn't even realise he was in front of me until I looked, after the hairpin. I was just like, oh god. There he is. And then, but yeah, I didn't really see anything, going on. And then Stumpy lost it. On his
Yeah,
own.
unlucky with Stumpy there. Could have been very good for you and your teammate.
Yeah.
Good points for Ferrari, but sometimes it's just not to be.
Yeah. It
However,
happens.
it does happen. There's a lot of drama actually still now after the race, looking like there was a bit of contact made here and there. How did you see the overall incidents from this race? It didn't look like it was too bad from our point of view.
Hasn't looked as bad as the last couple of races, I think. Like the last two, like EU4 and EU3. But yeah, it seemed alright. People, I think, were giving people a bit more room. And I think most of the overtakes were down the main straight and done before the corner anyway.
Yeah. How many
Well,
overtakes?
Mine
did it
were
end up?
anyway.
Were you ever worried about the warning situation? Of course, you had 6 seconds, and Cornishcock was quickly catching up on his
Coming
fresh
through the field. Yeah.
softs. Yeah. Were you ever worried about the 6 seconds? Because of course, Racer behind you also had 6 seconds, but you just couldn't catch up
Yeah.
really, even
See,
with your rear wing
I
damage.
think I had quite good pace. Like, I knew I had a bit of pace, but I didn't realise because I was saving fuel the whole time, so I don't know how he wasn't catching me. I was letting off really early into corners.
You know what
just
I'm
to
gonna
save
do?
fuel.
I'm gonna invite Racer to the call because the other two were not joining. So we're gonna get another interview.
Get his word in.
Yeah,
I'm
Lewis is always good on that.
I've got a question for you, Titchy.
Okay.
How are you going to explain to your brother that you got 6 warnings?
I had rear wing damage. Simple as that.
So is that the excuse for everything? Yeah.
That's my excuse. Yeah.
Is that the reason why you didn't win as well?
Yeah. He'll talk to me privately. We'll have a discussion about it. It's fine.
It's like a very tough situation, you know, like that rear wing damage. I've obviously never had it because
the
I'm a
rear-
gamer.
The rear wing damage and the fuel saving was like it
The
was
reason why
quite
you couldn't
hard.
turn.
Roland's
There
here.
you go. Nice to have you. All right. Well, I reckon we had
You
a
can talk to him now.
we had a very
someone
good
else to talk to.
very good and long interview. But I'm gonna
The winner's here.
switch to Prophodius real quick, and I'm gonna let you
Cheers,
Lace,
guys.
take that. Congratulations as well.
Thank you, well. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you.
It was a tough
So-
race, so well, especially towards the end, it was not like too difficult. I feel like when you caught up to Big Balls when he had such high tyre wear, but when you were in that group, was it when they all had penalties and you were like going to the end? How was it thinking? Like, how are you going to do this?
Well, first of all, I thought I have to stay longer behind him, because if I take the move too quickly, then he can go back with the DRS again on the straight, because this is the DRS you consume a lot on the straights. So therefore I thought, okay, I'll just stay behind him for a few laps, and then I will make the move a little bit later. But then even when I was not using the ERS anymore, I was closing the gap. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I have to make the move a little bit earlier so I can stay in front of him and defend myself with the ERS as well, because I saw his lights blinking all the time already for flashing. So therefore I thought, okay, well, now is the right time to make the move. And well, then everything went fine. And then it's just, I think in the first lap when I took P1, I think I pulled away already like 8/10 or something. So I was like, okay, just one more lap to push, keep him out the DRS, and then thereafter I just tried to manage to keep it as clean as possible, just to not take the third warning, because I had 2 warnings already. And then yeah, just managing everything. And luckily, I was really lucky when the accident happened in front of me with I think it was Jack, my teammate Jack,
Yeah.
Jamie James, and I think it was Rack as well.
Yeah.
I was just lucky with that. So otherwise I
Yeah.
could not have been in staying in front of Jamie James and Jack. They were too quick for me.
Well, you need luck and skill. You had both. Yeah, I'm trying to think what to say. I had all this time to prepare, now I can't think of anything. DRS was very important. It's sort of like last week where you probably need it, otherwise you fall back. How important was it to stay within for you, and how much did it like link with the ERS?
Well, I knew there was one corner where I could gain a lot of time. That was the last chicane, and the chicane when I went through it, most of the time I gained almost 2/10 on the car in front of me. The only problem was when I was too close to them,
You couldn't take the
going
line?
into that chicane. Sorry?
You can't take the line most of the time when people are too
Well,
slow.
then when it's too close, because yeah, they take the line different than I did, and then I cannot gain the time. So the laps when I had to get into the DRS again, I had to take that line, and then I was easily closing the gap. I mean, easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really lucky with that.
Well,
The
I might have a
strategy-
thing or two.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
strategy was, well, different for everyone. I'm just looking through tasks now, and there was only 3 people that did the soft medium.
Yeah.
And that was you, the person who finished directly behind you, and the Aston Martin who finished really close to you. So you all did the soft medium, and it shows that track position meant the most at that race.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just lucky. I told the ones I was with in the party with, I told them already, okay, I will try to go soft medium. And then when I had the first safety car, I was like,
Yeah.
maybe it's a little bit too early. But then the second one came, and then I could gain the positions again. And then it was just a situation that I can keep the position, overtake the ones who pitted, and then everything. The ones who were in front of me, they were on all the tires. The only thing I had to do then is keep the people behind me who pitted already for newer tires again. But yeah, I was lucky with the people in between me and those guys like Jamie James. I think if Jamie James was directly behind me, he would have easily drive 20 seconds in front of me or something, or at least 10, 15. He was so quick. Same with Jack. They were just quick. And yeah, position of course is important, but yeah, luck as well today.
So did you feel out of position, like being at the front of the race when you qualified PA, or was it like uncomfortable? Or was it like waiting for someone really fast to come up and overtake you?
Well, I was surprised that Rack overtook already in the first lap. He was like P6 already, I think, from 9 to 6. And then I was like, okay, I did something wrong. But then, I was like, okay, just let it go and drive your race.
I'm trying to think. One more question.
I might have one if it's...
yes, yeah, you do it.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Well, you saw big balls in front of you and then behind you going, I think it was 28 laps on the same tyre, but he was still able to keep up kind of with your car. Do you have anything really to say about that? Because his pace was actually really good even on 84%.
You mean
tyre.
after I passed him?
Yeah,
after you
like
passed
final
him.
3 laps or so, he was.
Yeah, but I was
you were two
I
of the
was just
quickest.
I was not driving the corners and the lines anymore, which I had to drive to be quick because I just had to keep it clean because I had 2 warnings already. So therefore I was like, okay, just slow down a little bit and keep him out of my DRS, then everything is fine. And the first lap after I passed him, I had to push. So, but guys, I really have to go now. So otherwise I will be late.
Yeah.
So,
mate,
sorry for that.
congratulations. No
Thank you
worries.
very
Thanks for your
much.
time.
No problem at all, man. Thank you very much.
Congrats
Alright.
on the win.
And congrats to the other drivers as well.
Yeah. We'll see you same time next week, yeah?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'll have to check. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
see ya.
Ciao.
Alright, so I think that about rounds off today's race, EU2 race, of course, season 9, round 4, and it was San Marino. Make sure to tune in next week where we have Portimao, which of course is always a banging race. So make sure to join us next time, and good night.